Other interesting cultural news, you have Disney set to invest $60 billion into theme parks and cruises over the next 10 years. Now, it looks like they said this in a regulatory filing last Tuesday that they were planning to nearly double their investment that they had spent during the last 10-year period on the same category of initiatives and products. Now, specifically, it would include parks, experiences, and products, including 4 Walt Disney theme parks, 2 at California's Disneyland Resort, and 4 additional theme parks in Europe and Asia. And they also noted that the Disney Cruise Line is also part of that division, which makes sense. You look at Disney, their movies these days, they've lost near $2 billion in about past a year, which is one of the worst performances you could possibly imagine. It's almost as if someone from the U.S. government who used to be in the budgeting department decided to join Disney and handle their finances. There's a lot of parallels. The U.S. is now $33 trillion in debt, pathetically enough, with Democrats and Republicans just racking up that fee or that balance every single day. Now, they further went on to say that in addition to the development plans already underway, there's significant room for further expansion on land and sea, which, of course, the sea is not infinite, but darn near infinite compared to the land surface area. Now, in all seriousness, they said that Disney theme parks have over 1,000 acres of land for future development to expand the theme park space across its existing sites, the equivalent to about 7 new Disneyland parks, which is astronomical. That is a lot of surface areas to cover. Now, in terms of investment, when Disney keeps losing money every single day on entertainment in terms of films and cartoons and Disney Plus, their streaming platform, still not making a profit after all these years. They claim it's getting there slowly, but given the trends of Disney, again, they just canceled more than any other streaming company in terms of content. I can't help but think they're not going to get profitability on the Disney Plus platform, at least for 8 fiscal quarters. It's just not looking good for that part of the company. And if you look at where the company is making money, it's almost like looking under every nook and cranny. There are places, oddly enough, where Disney is actually making a profit. As unbelievable as that sounds, and it is the theme parks, especially overseas, where I believe there's less of a boycott initiative, perhaps. And it's one of those issues where they're making all the money at the parks, all the profit is coming from there. Well, it makes sense. It's also, kind of the inception of the company. It's one of the longest standing products and offerings towards end users. It makes sense that they're going to actually put some more investment into what's making them money and try to make the parks better. Now, let me know in the comments, do you think this is the right business decision? Or do you think they should take those funds and just roll the dice more into Disney Plus streaming, which at some point could become profitable? They certainly have a large collection. They have a lot of data. They have a lot of intellectual property to help bolster up the offering. But there's also a lot of competition. In terms of theme parks and amusement parks, the only competition realistically, I would say would be maybe really just Six Flags, which I would personally probably prefer just because they're a Texas-based company. But it's one of those things where they don't have all the fun little creatures running around in those suits and all the knickknacks that you buy and all the Disney intellectual property. But in terms of apples to apples, that's as close as I could think of in terms of a similar experience. So, and even that's not a great direct comparison. The Disney theme parks are a much more different experience that you could kind of differentiate yourself from the competition as opposed to streaming, where everyone has a streaming platform. Every TV show, every production company, everyone has a streaming platform. Most of them aren't even making money, which is another issue. Again, good luck with Hollywood strike these days. They want more, even though the companies are bleeding money, and it's just, the streaming wars have just begun. It's going to get worse, mark my words. But let me know, do you think this is a prudent business decision? It'll be interesting to see, and of course, we'll find out if they're right eventually. Thank you everyone again for taking the time to tune in. I know it's ambitious trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of September, so if you could click that button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, don't forget to take the time to tell your families, tell your coworkers, tell your enemies, heck, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.